I'm really excited to have Ligia from Auger Insights Brazil here to talk about the Brazilian gaming market. Ligia, how are you?
Thank you for having the opportunity to talk a little bit about Brazil here.
Do you think there's anything unique about Brazilian kids when it comes to their love of video games?
Brazil has a culture of being very friendly and open to new gadgets, new games, and they tend to use it a lot. I guess this is more a little bit of an openness of their own personality, that kind of flows into the gaming.
There's been a lot of chat recently about the metaverse. Is this something that kids, particularly young people in Brazil, are thinking about? Are they going to these Fortnite concerts? Are they going onto Roblox to play around in George Ezra's store or whatever he has?
I think they're starting to. I think they're starting to think about it. I would say that the metaverse for the younger, it's much more of a real thing that's happening in their daily lives. If you ask an adult, they will say what, but if you ask a young person, they will totally give you definitions because they are already inserted in that environment, right?
I agree that you have to have that language to kind of get. It's so alien, isn't it, to log on to a game and go to a concert with your friends.
This is like ultimate avatar, right? That's how I feel sometimes, because it's actually happening. Sometimes I tell my husband, he's like, what our son's going to be when he grows up, and I'm like, probably something that we haven't heard about because it does not exist. We have as clients one private university here in São Paulo, and they launched a tech course aimed at forming new gamers, like game engineers. If you wanted to be a game developer or a gamer, when I was young in the 90s, it was like, what are you going to, what? That's not possible. You have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer. And nowadays, the paradigm is changing. We're one of the main global players in the development of games nowadays, and it generates tons of money. Last year it was 2 billion, and they expect 6% of growth in 2022. It's not just gaming, it's gaming with a career. You can actually think about working with that. And what kid wouldn't want that, right?
Well, I mean, that leads into my next question, right? So what kid wouldn't want that? But I guess the other side of this is parents as well. And it made me think of it with, maybe there's this fantastic career on the back end if a child spends all of their time gaming in Brazil. But are there any other thoughts that parents have about gaming? Maybe not as positive?
To reach balance, it's the main goal of parents nowadays. You have to game. You have to play because everybody's playing. So you can't just keep your kid in a bubble. But I think parents are concerned about the balance between playing games and having other activities in their kids' lives. There is a recent study from the University of São Paulo with over 3,000 kids around 12, 13 years old. And about 30% of the sample was rated as having gaming problems.
Wow.
Because they were they were trying to kind of get away from their own lives and, their own reality with the game, and they couldn't, function when they were not playing. So these are, concerns that parents have.
Do they think there are any particular benefits that parents see in gaming right now that you've kind of seen from talking to them?
Strangely, I think parents do not mention many benefits of gaming because they are so concerned about the other, what could be of bad things, that could happen. They are worried about what can be bad instead of what can be good.
Another thing that I see a lot in the UK, I see a lot in the US and also Europe, is streaming. A lot of kids will go on and they will just watch YouTube videos, they will watch live YouTube streams, they'll watch Twitch about people playing games. Is that something that you've seen as well in your own research in Brazil?
80% of the kids, when you ask on a random classroom, they want to be YouTubers. That's their main goal in life. This is who they look up to, who are on a daily basis with them, navigating those games and talking about things that, are very important to them.
So if people who've been watching today, if they've enjoyed what they've been hearing from you, where can they go to learn more about One-to-One Insights Brazil? And what else are you working on at the moment?
The youth target is a big one for us, but we also do healthcare, agribusiness, and B2B in general. We help companies, international companies, to navigate Brazilian waters. So if you have a research project in Brazil, you can contact us and we'll sure help.